Hello, guys, and welcome to another episode of All Out with Anshum Kathuria. For today's episode, we've got a very special guest, Goffran. How are you doing, brother?
Good to see you, man.
Very, very good to have you here.
Thank you.
Could you tell me how to pronounce the second name once?
Shasawar?
So Goffran Shasawar.
Yes.
So just to give everyone a bit of an introduction, Goffran is here from New Zealand, but you're originally from Afghanistan.
Yes, that's right.
So you're here in UK to pursue one season of cricket.
Yep.
So you've been playing in New Zealand and now you're traveling here as an overseas player.
True.
Is this your first season as an overseas player anywhere?
Yeah, that's right. So that's my first time going anywhere overseas from New Zealand. So I think it's a good experience coming to a country like, UK.
Is it?
I think the weather is pretty good. Enjoyed a few
Are you
weeks.
saying the UK weather is pretty good?
I think I'm a good life for you guys. I will give you that. Last year this time was pretty bad, I heard.
Okay.
But this summer, looking good.
Let's see, because we're just moving into summer as we speak.
True.
So, okay, you have been playing cricket in New Zealand. You've been in New Zealand for 6 years now. And you were in Afghanistan till you were 13.
Yes.
And you have never played cricket in Afghanistan, is it?
No. So it's a bit of a story. So in Afghanistan, I was never able to go to club or any kind of academy stuff.
Yeah.
Just too expensive. I think the expensive was too much. But moving to New Zealand, I think I had a chance to make it in a good level. So did my age group, high school. Everything in New Zealand was really good chance for me to kind of move on and see how the world is, and it was pretty good for me.
So your cricketing journey began in New Zealand.
Yes.
How long have you been playing there for?
So when I moved in 2019, I'm pretty sure I didn't play for the rest of the year, but I started in 2020.
So that would be like 4 or 5 years ago?
Yes.
Okay.
So this is where I started playing for club and playing from cities, under 17s and stuff like that. So it was, I would say it was a good experience kind of playing the age group and starting in 2020.
So 2020 is the first time you've played proper hardball, leather ball cricket.
Yes.
You mentioned earlier that you've played some tennis ball cricket in Afghanistan, but
True.
That's it, no formal cricket.
Not really.
So 2020 is the first time that you start playing cricket in New Zealand. Did you just always start off as a fast bowler?
To be honest with you, I always loved batting and bowling.
Yeah.
From the start, loved to hit the ball really hard and enjoy being in the field as well. So it was, something that comes with really passion. So when I pick up the ball, I love it. Whenever I pick the ball, bat as well. So it just, I can't be just a bowler.
Yeah.
I love both.
But what was your first action on the field? Did you get into batting first or bowling first? What did you like more when you started off? Bowling, yeah. No, I understand.
To be honest with you, back in Afghanistan, I used to watch Mitchell Starc.
Yeah.
Big fan of him. So there was like a childhood, dream to be like him. But I was a right-hander, he was a left-hander. Very big difference. But yeah, really liked how he was playing and how he came up his journey and as a fast bowler.
He was a wicket keeper earlier, was he not?
He was. So from there on, I used to just watch him, how his action is, what he's doing, and just kind of follow him through. But that was my passion for cricket when I watched him. That was it. So.
No, but so you in New Zealand, so have you ever come across him or have you seen him bowl?
I've seen him. So when he was speaking with commentators and some guys, so I had a chance to meet him.
Did you?
From really, really far, not really close. So I just didn't saw him from closer. So that's it. And I seen him in the nets bowling. That's it. Yeah, so he's...
How far were you when he was bowling?
Not too far, I would say. Not
Okay.
too far. So he was bowling in Hagley Oval, so the nets. So we were just sitting there and he was just training. So it's a good chance to kind of
He's
realize.
very quick, isn't he?
He's good.
This is something I like in these countries like, say, New Zealand or England, that the access is like pretty close. Like, because if back in India, I don't know how open these net sessions or these practice sessions are, because obviously the amount of people there and how big cricket is, it is always supposed to be some form of a security, which I understand.
Yeah.
But that's a good part over here, somewhere like in England or, as you say, New Zealand, that you watched him bowl in the nets.
Yeah.
Who was he bowling to?
Pretty sure he was bowling to Osman, or he was just bowling in the nets by himself. So that's what he does a lot of the time. But the difference was that I think that's the difference between other countries in New Zealand, is that the population and if you know the right people that you can get in touch with and get to show your talent and your you see your adults that you've been watching for a long time. So that's the big difference, I guess, in other countries in New Zealand, that you have really easy access to a lot of the things. So so he was pretty quick. He was really quick in the nets, and then I think for me it was kind of a dream to kind of see him in the nets and bowl. But next time we'll get to chat as well.
Maybe you play alongside or something. You never know.
Definitely.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
But no, talk to me more about the difference in lifestyle coming from Afghanistan, because you had lived there for the first 13 years.
Sure. Then
to New Zealand. How was that shift for you?
I think so back in Afghanistan, it was more like it wasn't too rich of everything for me. So I was more like a student, go to high school, come back. But when I moved to New Zealand, it was more like, what can I do for myself to kind of get up there? So there was more opportunities for me. There was more challenges in a lot of the things. But in Afghanistan, it was not like this. I was just a simple guy, go to school, come back, that's it. Never any dream, nothing like that. But when I came to New Zealand, there was hopes, a lot of how can I achieve the dreams, how can I play the next level. So it was more like that. So I'd say New Zealand was the next hope. So a lot of the time when I was thinking about cricket, it was always that. So what are the steps that I need to break it down and to make it, because I was getting good opportunities, so high school age, and then club games, 17s, under 17s, and there was like, with under 19s, there was a lot of the time for my region, Canterbury. I was in the reserve a lot of the time, never had the chance to make it represented, but always there for the first class cricket, the A's, hopefully you get the chance to make it happen. Yeah, so I would say New Zealand had more opportunities for me.
So as you've spoken about getting your first opportunity to play proper cricket in New Zealand, did this happen naturally in the sense that when you were in your school that you saw that there's a cricket team, and since you've played a bit of tennis ball cricket in Afghanistan, that you just pick up cricket because of it's in your school? Or was there some form of influence of the family, because a lot of times you see that the elder siblings, brothers, sisters, or fathers who, especially in Asian households, that's how it happens, that they play cricket, so that's how you get into it. So what was the entry point for you? Was it through the school or through the family?
To be honest with you, I was playing in Afghanistan, so when I heard that there's a family team playing in New Zealand, my family team, so I get to play with them a few games, and then I realized that I was a bit too good. My brother actually realized, and then he put me in a club. And then I played my age group, under 19, under 9, 10, and stuff like that. And after that, we moved to school. I didn't know that my school had a good cricket team.
Mm-hmm.
I used to just go and watch the boys who were taking photos and everything. They was put on the board. And I was realizing that, man, these guys are so good, I never be like this. So they were wearing good, white clothes, good.
That stands out, doesn't it? The white cricket clothing.
It was, so I never realized that I would make it happen there. But so because I came with no English, to New Zealand.
Is it?
Yes,
Have you just
absolutely
started speaking like 6 years ago? Very good at it.
So what happened was that when I moved to the school, after like say 5-6 months, I realized that that this school has a cricket team and I generally can make it happen. I asked my friend because no English with me again. So I asked my friend, I was like, can you help me to, get the cricket team? And then he asked me that, it just kind of, you can't make it and stuff like that. So he was a bit of a,
He tried to
not
bring you
helping,
down.
not
Yeah.
helping. So after that, with absolutely no English, I went to my coach. I didn't even know that he was a coach. I wanted to play cricket and he was like, okay, you want to play cricket? Come to the nets. And then when he was batting, I think I bowled him a bouncer. First ball a bouncer, hit him close to somewhere in the chest and stuff. And he from that day signed me because I was only year 9, yeah, at that time. So
How old would you be? Would you be 15?
I think I was 14.
14.
14.
Okay.
14 or year 10. I'm not. Yeah, there was year 10. I'm pretty sure. So after that, signed me first to the first team. I think it was pretty tough on that time to get into the first team, year 10. But yes, from there on, I started playing cricket. But the thing was that I started playing cricket not by anyone else. It was my own passion that I wanted to play this, this game and wanted to kind of go up how I can. But so this is kind of family as well, so telling me to go there. But it was generally me pushing myself to play this game with a good passion. Yeah.
So you got into it through school,
Yeah.
but then your family was supportive enough and they
Yeah.
pushed you, that thinking that you're going in the right direction.
Absolutely.
Now that's something that's really nice. But so you told me that when you got into the team, it was the squad, let's say you were year 9 or year 10, so we're talking 14 or 15 years
Yeah.
of age. So how old would be the first team players be? Would they be like year 12 or something, like
Yep,
when
year
they be
13,
17
year
or
12.
18?
Yeah, so year 12, year 13, there was other guys who actually come to play, first 11 cricket. As a guy coming year 10, it's really kind of a good experience to see your elders but it was quite fun, to be honest, playing in high school. I really miss it, so it's just something that hopefully I can do it again, but it never happened. So I had my moments. I think a lot of the times it was my school. I wouldn't say they were like the best school to be able to play cricket.
Okay.
But how I came across and how I did for the high school was amazing. So if you go back to high school, my coach telling me right now to come back and coach the team that I have. But it was a great experience, kind of playing in the side, playing for the school. So really miss
So
it.
what age would you say you were when you broke into the first team?
14.
So in just like was it a matter of few months or how long did it take?
When the season started,
Yeah.
we knew that there was cricket happening this year, this month. So I asked my friend as well, and he was like, "No, you can't do this." So I go to ask my coaches and stuff. I was like, "I need cricket. I want to play cricket." So the season wasn't started yet. I think until a month later. So and then we played a few games of Jalai Cup. I think we made it to a few rounds. We became the first team to kind of win that Jalai Cup High School, and then from there on we play with the best teams in Christchurch. Basically, there's like a few, and yeah, we were a good side by then. Yeah.
And how was it? How well were you received by? Because were you the youngest in the team, or
Yeah. I would say so.
were you? So
Yeah.
was it like a warm reception? And were they all locals? Is what I want to know. Were they all like
Yeah,
New
they were all
Zealanders?
locals, all just friends and kind of classmates, and
Yeah.
So they were all classmates and mates.
So you get into your school team at the age of 14, and your school would be till you're 17 or 18.
Yes.
What after school, like what did you get into any more clubs while you were playing for school, or after the school? What's cricket been after school for you?
So after school, it was more like playing club.
So did you get signed for a club straight
Yes,
away after
straight
school?
away.
Okay.
So
What club was it?
The club that I was playing for was Sydenham Cricket Club.
Okay.
So that's in Christchurch. I would say it was that's where I started my playing cricket for a decent club. And then in 2023, I moved to Riccarton Cricket Club. So this is where I'm playing for the last 3-4 years. And yeah, this club is amazing. So I think I played good cricket last year. This time we were in champs. So we relegated for Prems, and we were a Prem side, but we came back to champs. But how we dominated and came back to Prems were just amazing. It shows what a good team can do. So
Prems is the top level.
Yes,
and
the championship is a bit down.
Did you say that you were relegated to championship in 2023? Was it?
Yes, I think
23-24 season.
Yep.
And then now you back into
Prems.
the Prem.
Yeah.
So how's that like? How was that season like?
It's pretty amazing. A lot of good results for the club. A lot of good performances. It takes a lot of good work to be able to kind of dominate and come back to Prems. So it was more like making sure we do everything right, step by step. But yeah, it was quite amazing to see the club coming back in a good shape and where we belong to.
So did you how many wins does it take to be promoted again? Do you have to be like a top 1 or 2 sides or what?
So you got to be the top to be able to lead and promote. So I think we were that. Any team that didn't play good against us, they lost because we were the best side on that time. To be able to kind of dominate to Prems, you got to be the top and have a lot of good points. So it was there. Yeah.
So right now, I'm assuming that because it's probably getting into winter in New Zealand.
Yes.
So there's probably no outdoor cricket happening, I assume. And you're here to continue your cricket in England.
Yeah.
And which is a good thing for you that when it's off season there, you get to play here. But it's your first year abroad.
Yeah.
So is it the first time in off season that you're still going to be playing?
Yes.
Because technically it is off season for you, right?
Sure.
Because what was the Riccarton Club, was it?
Riccarton
Club is your primary where your cricket lies for now.
Yes.
So this is off season for you, but you're still here to play.
Yes.
So other than this year, what would you usually be doing in off season?
So more training, studying, UC. More, I would say, kind of working with the gym, getting fit.
Yeah.
Making sure I come back stronger next season.
Do you have a lot of indoor sessions? Or?
We do have a lot of indoor sessions. I think we train with the club twice a week.
Mm-hmm. In the off season, this is
maybe once a week, but you can say twice a week by yourself with a few mates.
Yeah.
So it was. So basically getting ready for the season. Off season is just like building up and hopefully, come back stronger for the season.
So is it like what you said that you're also studying? What is it that you're doing right now?
So I do study at UC, which is Canterbury UC, University of Canterbury. I do international business as my second year, so it's really good. I get to study and also play cricket at the same time, which is a good experience. But this year, I wanted to give it a good break. Focus more on cricket. So hopefully, something good happens. But so the good passion for cricket. Yeah.
So now that you're here in the UK, have you started playing any games yet, or are you just training for now?
Yes. So we played 4 games. We won 2, we lost 2, unfortunately. But the team that we have looking good. I think a really young team, Mentorship.
Yeah, that's what I was about to come to. So you here training with Harvey, who's already made 2 appearances on the show. Yeah. So when this one goes out, there'll already be 2 episodes with Harvey on the channel. So you're here to train with him specifically, is it?
Yes.
And what was the name of the club again that you played?
Mentorship Cricket Club.
Mentorship.
Yes.
And you've So the season started how long ago for you guys?
So the first game that we played, I'm pretty sure it was on the 22, 21
Of April.
April.
Yeah. So it's been a month.
Yeah, it's been a month. So we played a few games. I think good result, bad result, but the club, amazing history. I think it used to be one of the best club in town, in country. So it was that how can we come back to the top division? It's just the aim for all of us. And yeah, so the club Rent Turf is a young team that we're playing with right now. But hopefully in a few years, they get the experience and the young team becomes a senior team. So that's going to be the aim. Yeah.
Talk to me about the difference in like cricket in general between the two countries. I mean, obviously, I'm assuming that in New Zealand, are you playing, would you say, for a better level club than you are here? Would you say that?
Yes. So the first thing is that you get to, in New Zealand, you get to face good cricketers. When you're playing a good, decent, level, you get to face a lot of, county cricketers, for example, a lot of A's cricketers, a lot of New Zealand players, you're playing against in the club. So it's just like you're facing good cricketers and you're dominating against them. But here it's just like the difference is that senior guys and junior guys, it's to make a big difference. A lot of experience, So I would say here the club right now is a young team. So not a lot of decent cricketers where I play, but it's all right. I think for us the aim is how can we dominate, how can we go to the next level, and to be able to put the club in a good spot where they belong to. So that's going to be the aim for me. So
but your primary reason was to come here and work with Harvey. Yes. Explain me how, while you're in New Zealand, how do you get in touch with Harvey?
So basically, there's a group of people, cricketers. They basically, have all the connection, bringing guys overseas, New Zealand, from UK to New Zealand, from New Zealand to UK, all around the world. And then, so I registered myself there and then wanted to kind of move for a season to UK. As from there on, they were really keen on me to kind of come into the club and play for them. And then, so that's how I met Harvey, from that group to Harvey. And then, we get in touch from that. And then, that's how I met Harvey.
What has the experience been like working with him?
He's amazing, to be honest with you. It's just so much to learn from him. The experience that he got, any question that you ask, he has the answer for it. He's a really humble guy, I would say, in so many cases. So he's always willing to help, no matter what the question is. So he's really capable of doing and answering a lot of questions, especially a guy who's willing to learn, asking questions. So he's really a passionate guy to help. Yeah, I like it.
Because with Harvey, it's like he's cricket through and through.
Yeah.
Like, I think we've done 2 episodes with him, and I was just telling this to Rishi that we could probably do a couple more, and I would still have more things to talk about when we sit again to talk, because
True.
That's what he's just like. And I think the sheer amount of experience he's had, the people he's worked with. I don't know if he's mentioned it to you, but he was talking to us about this in the previous episode, that he had gone to work with Ranji Trophy teams back in India in 2005. He was supposed to work with Railways, but they never showed up. And then he worked with the Punjab cricket team.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that's very, very funny story. I always crack up at that. But then if you see the sheer amount of experience he has, and for someone like you who's young and obviously probably still getting to know your game a bit better, it has to be like a big boon for you to be able to work with someone like him.
Absolutely.
So if I ask you personally about your game and around your game, what is it as a player that you want to work on with someone like Harvey, if I may ask?
True. The thing is that he's doing a lot of the things. For example, he's a good batsman, he's a good bowler, and he does have a lot of coaches who I can work with personally. Like I'm a fast bowler,
Yeah.
so how can I work with them to increase the pace and to become even better in the pace that I have, generate more, and even with the batting as well, he's just too good. So to be able to get the experience from him, how can I develop my game, get something from him to kind of add something in my game that I can score a few runs with, or kind of with my bowling as well. What can I do to be able to take more wickets? So this is the aim for me to learn much as possible from him, and he does have a lot of experience. So it'll be good to kind of get that out of him. Yeah.
So how many training sessions are you doing per week right now?
So I do twice a week,
Okay.
Tuesday and Thursday.
Are they and what's the game day?
So the game day we play on Saturday.
Saturday.
Yeah.
So Tuesday and Thursday training, and then Saturday. So the Tuesday and the Thursday, are you training with the team or personally with Harvey?
So I usually train with a few of my mates, usually just a bit early. But normally we do train Tuesday and Thursday with the team twice a week, with Harvey as well. So basically in trainings or with any time. So in the week. So if I have anything to work on, call Harvey. He's available, and we really keen to. He's really always keen to help me out. So which is a good one. Yeah.
So you're training twice a week. Tell me what specific work are you putting in, because are you still treating this like an off season where you get to upgrade your game, or are you treating this like you're still in season? What sort, personally I'm asking for you
Yes.
as a player's perspective, what are you treating this time as?
So the thing is that it's more like a game, game situation for me, a season. The thing is, the mindset that I have is how can I get more wickets? How can I more develop the game in a training as well to add something extra? So for me is that I still treat this as a season, because you still face good bowlers. You still face good teams that you need to be playing against. So a lot of the times, yeah. So that's how I need to be, and I treat this as a good season. Yeah.
So Goffran, you just mentioned how you're working on little things in this season, and you're still treating this like a season, and getting your good sessions in and stuff. What I want to know is, because you're playing a good level of cricket in New Zealand, take me back there, what sort of professional players are you training with? Like, do you get access to someone who's playing for New Zealand or playing first class cricket?
Yes.
What sort of players are you training with?
So we usually get to bowl to a lot of international players. So a lot of New Zealand players. So we train with, for example, recently the England team was there in New Zealand, so we went to bowl them as well. Great experience to see those lads as well. So we get to bowl to Joe Roots, Ben Stokes.
So you got to bowl to them?
Yeah.
Wow.
So it was pretty amazing to see, but a great team, So I'm pretty sure we belong to Ben Stokes. Me and one of my friends, we got him out a few times, and
You got Ben Stokes out a few times? Oh, wow.
it was just a dream, man. So it was, I think, 2 times clean bowl and a few edges.
Were you bowling with the new ball or an older ball?
Yeah, it was new ball.
It was.
It was. He was pretty shocked how we did there, but yeah, it was. He's too good.
Did you get to speak to him after the session?
Yeah, we did. He was.
What was that like? Tell me. You take over. Tell me about all
Yeah,
that.
he was. I would say he was complimenting. So how we bowled him, how he was like, how the hell did you guys do that? Because my friend, he asked him for a bet as well. Give me a bet, and he was like, no.
I don't blame him asking for a bat from Ben
so
Stokes.
his bats was just gone. So when he was hitting the ball just like a rocket, so he was definitely. And the best thing about Ben Stokes is that he was, standing in the nets till the end. Like everyone left, but he was still training for 30 minutes, 40 minutes, hitting the balls.
Yeah.
So I think the real difference is that he works really hard, and that's what makes him the best. And So after we had a chat with him, he was really happy with the way we bowled, and I think it was more that for us to kind of meet him as well. So it was pretty cool. I
But you
guess.
got him out a few times. Maybe the Australian team could have used you in Headingley Test match, I think, if anyone's
Yeah.
watching.
But yeah, so he's just too good, man.
Tell me, so you obviously got to train with him. So I'm assuming this is at the Christchurch ground.
Yes.
So that's the home ground for your club. That's where you do all your
So
practicing?
the Hagley Oval, that's where we're training. So it has their own ground and also wickets as well. So yeah, so that's where we get to train with them, and yeah,
So, because it's a good international level ground, so now I understand why so many of the top players are coming and training. So,
True.
who else have you worked with?
So Matt Henry, he's one of them. So I used to, a big fan of him. So he's
Don't remind Matt Henry to us Indian cricket fans. He's just scarred us way too much, whether be it test matches, whether be it the semi-final 2019.
yeah, he's too good.
He's so good, isn't he? And he goes under the radar so often, like in the international stage. Like Tim Southee's retired from New Zealand now. Trent Bolt is not playing as often, but
Yeah.
look at how smoothly he's taken over as the
So good.
spearhead.
Yeah, I used to kind of. So I remember one session. So I get to train with them, and so I had a back injury. So and I still wanted to kind of bowl him as well. So
Yeah.
when I went to talk to him a few times, and then I bowled a few bowls, and then he was like, "What's happening?" He saw me a bit. I was not good. So he was basically bowling in the same nets as me. And
Same
then,
net as Matt
yeah,
Henry.
So
Wow.
and then I asked him like, my back. I have a back injury. So. He was like, so he took the ball immediately out of me, and he was like, "Are you stupid? Like, you should not be doing this. You should go to a physio or see a doctor or someone to be able to know what's going on with you." So yeah, after that, it was good to watch his actions and everything, learn from him. It was amazing actually. Yeah, see him bowl.
To get that sort of exposure with international players has to be so helpful to your game. So Matt Henry, Ben Stokes, these are the top of the top players. You work with them. I want to know, what is it that you noticed in their process from start to finish of the session that someone like you or many other young players, what do you think we can take away from a professional like that?
The thing is that a lot of the time, they're really focused. They focus on what they can improve in the training. They have a specific plan. So if everything they do in the training, it has to be specific. So I'm working on these things. I have to finish it. I have to do this in today. So I think a lot of the time they come with a good plan, and like a club player, you don't do this. But international players, there's a big difference. So you come across a lot of good coaches who are asking you, what are your plans for trainings, or for the trainings and practice for the games as well. So yeah, I think they're a lot of time focused, and they come with a good plan as well. So yeah.
No, because this is something, right, that's so often said, that these top level players are always trying to improve by 1% every session, and it's everything is done with intent. It's not just showing up and practicing.
Yeah.
So with someone like that, you've worked with Matt Henry, as you said. So did he give you any like bowling tips or anything in specific or anything?
Oh yeah, I mean a lot of things. The way he's holding the ball is way different.
Is it?
His actions? Yeah. So I usually copy his action, really smooth and everything in the crease. But yeah, he was working. What can I improve with my seam? Seam release and everything. It's pretty amazing. I tried it. It worked for me, and then I was just keep trying it for a long time, and it quite worked for me as well. So yeah, So it was more like seeing what he does, that I can get something out of him. So, and there was a few things that I learned. So making sure like I come really smooth in my action and everything in a crease, and make sure I generate everything from there. So it was that from him. So it was nice.
So what sort of a range are you bowling in right now in terms of speed?
So the speed that I have last time I measured was 135.9.
That's quick, isn't it?
Yeah, so that's into kms, not miles. So I don't
Yeah.
know how much the miles are.
135 would be somewhere like 85, 86
Yeah, I think
miles
so.
an hour. Because, yeah.
Yeah, so
That's quick.
yeah, so hoping to get a few more Ks. Yeah, so
Have
I
you
think
bowled to Harvey in the nets?
about Harvey.
Have you?
Yeah, he's liking it sometimes,
Yeah.
but he's a good batsman. He's really good. I genuinely like to bowl to good batters, and
Yeah.
he's one of them in the
Yeah,
club.
don't bowl to me, man. Don't bother.
So he was yeah, we usually get to sometimes he's batting, not all the time.
Yeah.
So it's a good challenge to kind of I want him to.
Because Harvey told us when he was in Sri Lanka and he had no idea he was going to play a first class game, and he faced Malinga, but it was just the one ball and
True.
he went through to the keeper. So maybe you're not the quickest he's faced, but
No.
but still, at 135 is that sort of speed is something that you need to be very like at that point. Batting needs to be an instinct, right? Like
True.
for someone like. Did Ben Stokes? I want to know this. Did he walk down the pitch while facing you?
Oh yeah, he was smashing, bro.
Is
he,
it?
He was really good. Like the way he's batting in the game, he's just same thing in the nets. I think there was like a few coaches, who were bowling to him, 3-4 coaches, and he was just hitting the ball. That's it.
These pros, that's something that they all practice full intensity. Is it
Yeah.
not like 100%? And to some of the fans, it would be like, why are they doing that? Because I remember, I think in the 2019 World Cup, Bumrah injured Vijay Shankar in training. I think he bowled a Yorker at his toe and his toe broke. And there were questions that why are you going all out in training? But if you're not going all out over there, shout out all out with Anshum Kathuria. But if you're not going all out in training, then how are you going to transfer it into the ground? So is that something you try to do as well?
Absolutely. So that's what I every session, every training that I play, 100% intensity. Muhammad Amir from Pakistan.
Yeah.
So he's one of the things that I usually watch him. He's the speech that he's giving, the talk. He's really kind of take everything.
He
really
gives good
serious in
advice.
training. Yeah.
He goes, yeah.
So a lot of the times, if you don't do it in trainings, how will you be able to try it in the game? So it doesn't make sense. So you gotta making sure you have good intensity to be able to do it in trainings, to bring it to the game. So if you don't bowl a good Yorker in the training, how will you be able to do it in the game? So
Yeah.
it comes with a lot of trainings. It comes with a lot of focus. So I think there's a difference between international players and club players or domestic players. So they do everything at the good intensity, at the right focus. So yeah, so that's a difference, I guess.
Right. Now tell me something. Now let's talk a bit about your batting. You bat number 5. What formats are you usually playing?
So we usually, you talk about here or New Zealand?
Talk to me about New Zealand because that's your primary.
Yeah. So we usually play like 1 day T20s in 2 days.
1 day would mean 50 overs
50
or 50 overs?
Yes. So the 2 days we play, and those are the formats that we play. 1 day is in T20s in 2 days. Yeah, that's where we play.
So like, do you? I mean, of course, there's a bit of an adjustment in terms of batting style, but like, do you play number 5 in all the formats?
A lot of it depends. I like to, in the T20s, I like to hit the ball a bit harder. So somewhere between 3-4, that's where we're looking. But so I like T20s more in 1 days rather than 2 days.
Yeah.
So it's like that. So it depends on the situation where we at, and so it really kind of so it depends on the situation on the game as well.
What sort of bowlers have you been facing? Like, because you've bowled to someone like a Ben Stokes. Now I want to know who you faced.
I won't say a lot of guys. There's a few domestic players in New Zealand we faced. So I cannot name them, but there's a lot that I faced. I don't remember who they were.
Are we talking over 140 or?
Yep, say that.
Wow.
They were quick. They're really quick. So I think same pace as me, but I think they were maybe I'll say a bit quicker.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So when you're in New Zealand, are you getting access to these sorts of players like, even if it's not a Ben Stokes, but then even the domestic cricketers are quite high level and quite dialed in and everything. What sort of goal do you have for the upcoming seasons when you go back home in terms of your personal cricket?
Absolutely. So there's always something that I need to work on, or trying to make it happen in New Zealand. So the first thing that I need to get is how can I get it to the domestic levels, the first class. So that'll be the aim for me. So there's a lot of cricketers, especially there's one of our leader from our club who plays domestic cricket, first class cricket. He's our captain, Komakinki. So he's the guy who's leading us, and a lot of questions, good experience, always willing to kind of learn from him, and kind of good to know how he made it happen. So the plan for me is how can I make it to A's and then first class cricket. So that'll be the hope. Yeah.
So how long are you here for from now on?
So I'll be here for 5 months.
For 5 months, so
5 months.
full summer you're
Full
spending
season.
here.
Full summer.
And are you just going to play for this one club?
Yes. So there's a few more leagues that we're playing here, but I don't think it's going to be. It's starting in a month, so it's just like a 1 day T20s that we're playing. But yeah, so more playing for Mentorship and staying with them for a long time as possible. Yeah.
Have you found any difference in the playing conditions between the two countries? There wouldn't be much, I assume, but
To be honest, I think nothing difference, no
No.
difference. But I think the pitches that we're playing on, it's just like kind of up and down here. But New Zealand, it's pretty flat.
yeah.
Uh,
So do you
So-
like bowling here better or?
I like both.
Yeah.
I like both, but yeah, no difference. I guess the weather same thing. No difference with anything. No pitches, but I think
So-
here is a bit bouncy.
Hmm.
Out there is kind of more a good pace this time in the year. So yeah.
But over here, you've not played in any professional grade grounds yet, have you? Yet?
No.
Is there what sort of? Do you know, in terms of the season? Do you know what sort of pitches are you going to be playing on?
So we're playing good like the club that we're playing for right now. We play in a good grounds. The Renthorpe Cricket Club, one of the best I think ground in town. Like in terms of the division we play for. So basically, yeah, this is where we played. I think good ground. You should come sometime. So
Oh, I would
hopefully-
love to.
Yeah, so it's a beautiful ground.
Don't bowl to me.
Take it easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we play in a decent grounds, I guess. But like I said, there's so many good grounds around. So good club as well. Yeah.
Have you been enjoying the life in England? How different is that?
To be honest, yeah, it's good. I was in New Zealand. Big family we have.
Yeah.
You come.
So is it the first time you're away from family?
Yes,
Is it?
that's right. So so that's the thing. That's a big difference. You
I've
live
been
with
going out a lot. Friday night, Saturday night, before the games, after the games.
Not too much, but yeah, with family, friends, yeah, I do have a lot of my relatives who stays in London.
Okay.
I get to go there as well, see them after a long time, to be honest, after 10, 15 years. So it was good to kind of catch up with them as well. And yeah, so we do sometimes go out to Leeds and Manchester sometimes, yeah.
Have you explored Sheffield much?
Not really.
No.
So hopefully it'll be next thing. So just come around it and see how the city is, and yeah, so it'll be good.
That's brilliant. When are you playing this weekend?
Yes.
So tell me about this, like in terms of fitness and recovery, I want to ask you. So is it the amount of cricket you're playing here, is it similar to the amount you play back home, or is it more or less? I'm asking in season.
Yes, I think it's more because we play 2 days first in the start of the season,
Yeah.
and it's like you gotta bowl a lot of overs, about 20, 30 overs in a day, or maybe less than that. And then so the amount of cricket that we play there, it's I think a little bit too much, and there's less. So that maybe this is the difference, because we play a few leagues there as well, like tournaments and stuff. You add this as well, so it does make a big difference, But here, it just I would say it's a bit less.
So because you're a fast bowler and you I'm assuming the games you play here are 40 overs long, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
50-40.
50-40, because a lot of the games I played were also 40 over long. And right now it's not as hot, but it does get hotter as you get in the season. And playing 40 overs, what sort of fitness work are you doing as a fast bowler?
So we do have a special fast bowling, so like strength and conditionings. That's
Yeah.
what I do usually. I don't do a lot of weights and stuff. It has to be explosive in the gym. So keep it really light, because in the week you bowl. For example, me, I bowl 15 overs in a game, and then you need a good rest, a few days, and then after the gym, I usually go twice a week right now, but I make it a bit less just because it's been a little bit, the load of bowling has been increased. So yeah, so I do work on specific things in the gym that has to be only for the fast bowlers, and yeah, so only cricketers.
Are you managing something special with your diet as well along that?
Yeah, absolutely. It has to be. So we eat a lot of proteins.
You must be having a lot of calories though if you're bowling that much.
Oh, you need to. Yeah, that's the thing. That's the big difference between you need that energy, you need that protein to be able to get to your body and then recover quickly. Because in trainings, you're making sure you give it, everything. It's not a lot of days maybe to get back. So making sure you pick yourself and recover quickly. So that's the difference.
Do you fancy the food here that you're getting?
Yeah, it's all right. It's all right.
okay.
A lot of the time we cook. I mean, there's another guy from Sri Lanka.
Yeah. That's nice.
So we're good cooks.
Yeah,
we can make something. Yeah.
Now, before we end this, Goffran, so you're going to be here for a span of 5 months. And then when you go back, how long a break is there going to be before you resume playing again?
Not too long.
No break. Not too much.
So I would say like a few weeks.
And in this season, you'll be playing in the Prems again. So
yes.
A good serious season is incoming.
Absolutely.
What are your expectations from yourself and from the team this season?
Hopefully, the thing, what I, kind of learn from this season, making sure I give it everything out there as well, to share the experience around the group as well. So it'll be really good. But the goal will be, how can we become a good side and to be able to reach to a good top level as well. So it's kind of for me as well, personal goals to how can I break it down to some kind of level. It can be domestic or first class cricket. So yeah, that'll be the aim for me. So I think the season here will help a lot. So hopefully, yeah, we'll take that experience out there as well. Yeah.
And before we go, any sort of social media or anything that you're associated with that you want to plug into that camera over there?
Not a lot, I would say.
Nothing.
Not a lot, but yeah. So hopefully you chat about it afterwards.
Perfect. I would love to catch you again when you're into the season a bit deeper. But it was great chatting cricket with you, Goffran. And
bro.
Wish you all the best for the season.
Thank you.
And I hope to catch you again sometime soon.
Thanks,
Take
man.
care, brother.
Thank you very much, Phil. Cheers.
Good. Oh. Rishi, so...